Hello, I am Yage, the Talking Sunglasses, and today I'll be talking about H3H3 Productions. More specifically, Ethan Klein, and why I can't fucking stand him. There are a lot of creators that you can tell you hurt their feelings when talking about them. Pokimane, William Osmond was a recent one. Every T channel, okay, maybe not every T channel, just most. But Ethan Klein is the definition of butthurt coping loser. Just look at the last Twitter drama he was in. He made a point on Twitter that Joe Rogan was spreading vaccine misinformation on Spotify. This quickly turned into people calling Ethan fat and comparing his body to Joe's, and totally shifted away from what he was originally saying. But instead of doing the smart thing and correcting people and bringing it back to his original point, he got butthurt and spent a week crying about Joe and his fans and people calling him fat. Joe Rogan never responded to any of this, which was honestly a smart move. That also kind of brings me to my next point. He cannot let things go. The best example of this is his everlasting feud with Keemstar. Him and Keem have been going at it longer than I've been following the community. I mean, Boblax has an almost 6-hour video on their feud, and more has happened since then. It just feels like if anyone slights him even a little bit, he just becomes unhinged and talks about every little thing said or done, usually shifting the narrative to make something out of nothing. A couple of examples of this include, obviously Keemstar, Brett Kavanaugh, Joe Rogan, anyone that agrees with Keemstar about anything, and recently, Jordan Peterson. So recently, along with his Joe Rogan spurging, he has also been fighting with Jordan Peterson. The Jordan Peterson stuff, Ethan took down his podcast episode featuring Jordan and then made this big dickhead tweet about it. And you know what? I have no problem with him taking that down. No problem with that. Just delete it. You don't need to get up on your soapbox and act like you're a fucking hero for deleting it. If you don't like Jordan Peterson's ideals, that's fine. I'm not a fan either. Honestly, I think Peterson likes to dress up simple things to sound more intelligent, and that really annoys me. But you look like such a douche with just the way you explained it. Then again, when people didn't agree with you or pointed out what I just did, you got defensive and dickish. And then you spent a couple days both fighting with Jordan Peterson and anyone that chimed in on the opposite side. I also find it funny that he kept poking at Joe Rogan throughout this whole thing, trying to get a reaction out of him, and to my knowledge, never did. I find that really funny. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. So their podcast, ever since the frenemy part of it has ended, it kind of feels like he's been throwing everything and anything at the wall trying to make it stick. Families, H3 TV, Content Court, off the rails. But in my opinion, the worst of the worst, Leftovers with Hassan Piker. It is unlistenable. They are both such self-righteous, annoying dickbags. Like, even if I were to be able to agree with something they say, I almost want to change my opinion because it sounds so arrogant and asshole-ish coming out of their mouths. Maybe that should be just because I've always disliked Hassan and thought he was a dickbag. And Ethan, I honestly think Ethan should stay away from politics, because I feel like he's more brainless than me on that subject, which is saying something, because I have like a base level knowledge of Canadian politics. And you know what? I've always hated politics, so you know what? That's not a high bar to pass, but I honestly don't know if he could pass it. He also recently had Def Noodles, who I also can't stand, as a guest on his award show he did. But I'll cover that in my Def Noodles video in a few weeks. It'll be after the inabber video. Because he's annoying as fuck, and he gets a video. Overall, I just find the podcast to be boring, and Ethan has become insufferable to listen to. So yeah, that's why I don't like Ethan Klein. I mean, yeah, I could have gone more into depth or made better points or even showed more to make my points. But honestly, this was more of just a fun rant thing. Just calling my Boris self-righteous crybaby, who is also a giant douche. Contender for biggest douche in the universe, in my opinion.
Here he is, the biggest douche of the universe.
Anyways, that's the video. Give me your thoughts in the comments or over on Twitter at YoggateYT with a 3 instead of an E. Please follow me while you're over there. Like this video if you liked it, dislike if you didn't, subscribe if you want more. I've been Yage, the Talking Sunglasses, and I'll see you next time.
Here he is, the biggest douche of the universe.